Okay, Gars, I figured since we're still kinda on that whole gaming train from last episode, why not stay on it for a bit more? That gives us the opportunity to check another topic off our list of obligatory sketches Robotus wants us to milk.
And which one?
Gaming pet peeves. Or rather, things that each of us really hate about gaming, the people who play games, or anything else related to that. I'm sure everyone here can come up with something.
Yeah, I guess so. And what kind of things were you thinking?
I don't know, it can be anything, really. For example, what really riles me up about gaming is people who play a game for the very first time and then when they pick the difficulty, they always go for Nightmare or Veteran or whatever the fuck the highest possible one is called. And then they go on and complain about it, how they keep dying, how it is too hard, how the game is not fairly balanced at all for the kind of damage you take, and I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. It's not a FromSoft game. Souls games are programmed with exactly one difficulty in mind, which is why they are challenging but still fair. However, most other games that are more tailored for the casual market, they're balanced for that. So you can't expect a Dark Souls level of refinement when you turn it up to 11 because difficulty as a setting functions differently in non-Souls games. In other games, the highest difficulty expects you to be well adjusted to the game already, to know how to read the animations, know the controls by heart, and the best combinations of items. So don't go in there blind and then complain that the game sucks and isn't balanced at all. It's not the game's fault you brought a ping pong racket to a tennis match.
That was a pretty lengthy example you gave there, Sunset. But okay, I kinda get the gist of it. So how about them gaming channels on YouTube? You know, the ones that are all like, ooh, look at that challenge I set up for this here game to play it in a totally unintended way.
Oh, you mean the ones like, can I beat Red Dead Redemption 2 without walking or some stupid shit?
Yeah, exactly. Now, I ain't gonna call out no names here, but the one I mean specifically was a guy trying to play Hitman without committing a crime. And then in the video, he's all like, well, actually, by technicalities, you know, like placing a banana peel that causes someone to slip and fall to their death ain't no crime. Bro, the manslaughter charge ain't exist for no reason. You still put the peel there with the intention to have him slip. I mean, any lawyers could have a field day with that. That's like if I was gonna go and cut someone's brace, and then when they die in a car crash, I'd be like, who was a me, officer, 'cause I ain't made them crash a car. Bunch of horse shit.
While we're at the topic of gaming YouTubers, you know what really grinds my gears? I realize it might be a strange choice, but I can't stand all those video essay dudes who act like they went and invented the wheel, like they're the first people in history that talk about how good the world building is in Dark Souls 1. I'll hazard a guess that no one since almost a decade has brought anything new to that table that hasn't been said before. Look, don't get me wrong, the world building is great, and Dark Souls can't be praised too much. But actually, it can. Those videos aren't even bad per se, but there's just no more ground left to cover. Oh, come on, Twitter, we know you're just butter that your favorite gaming YouTuber decided to stop doing Let's Plays and instead become one of those essay guys. And if so, the world really doesn't need another 90-minute essay about Dark Souls. In general, the whole trend of gamers going all serious artists with that essay shit aside, why is it always Dark Souls? Is that like a rite of passage thing in the essay community?
Okay, so since we've entirely left the topic of games behind us and instead just randomly attack groups of people, who else has an outtake about some strangers to share?
Ehrlich gesagt, I do. What I really dislike about the landscape of YouTube and the gaming topic is speedruns. Not speedruns in general, where there is actual skill involved. Those normal ones where you're expected to know the maps and all the skips and shortcuts, and you have to be able to make frame-perfect button presses. Those are completely legit, nicht einzuwenden. What I, however, cannot respect are those dumb, random ones. Take Jedi Fallen Order, for example. The basis of every speedrun there is to tamper with the frame rate in order to glitch yourself up in the air and get where you're not supposed to be. I mean, if all you
crashing into a wall 50 times, and it just so happens that you've bugged your way out of bounds faster than another guy did, there is no skill involved in that, no actual achievement of anything. You know what I mean? Where is your involvement in getting lucky?
I think I get what you're saying. Glitch speedruns in general, they are a completely different category from normal speedruns, and basically, there's nothing wrong with that. But I personally see the same. It's like when some guys are doing a race, and one racer decided he's gonna go straight across the field instead of using the tracks. Then at the halfway point, he turns around and runs back to the finish line. That guy did not finish the race. Him and the other racers, they are not the same.
Okay, I think we should stop attacking complete strangers of a different points of view. How about I bring this topic back to what it was meant to be about? Video games.
I second that. Thank you, Pinkie Pie. So, what do you have to say? Maybe a more positive outlook?
Not really, because when I play games, there's nothing I hate more than unskippable cutscenes. Yeah, sure, the devs put a lot of work in those, and you have to respect that by watching it. Once. But if something happens like I just died, or more likely the game crashed because of poor performance, and I sit there and am forced to watch the same shit all over again, that really annoys me. Like, why the hell can't the game track that it played this scene before and allow me to skip it this time? I watched it already, I fulfilled my obligation, now let me get on with playing! But even worse than that are all those fucking logos at the start of a game, like when you launch it into the main menu. It honestly feels like they tried to include every single corporation of which a single employee might have stepped foot in the office once during development. It's the same as with cutscenes, basically. I know those logos are all of those who I can thank for even getting to play this game, but if it's my 11th time starting the game and I'm like 30 hours into the story, why do I have to sit there and watch those fucking logos again every single time? Just give us a fucking skip button, honestly. I'd even be happier just staring at a black screen where the menu loads.
Wow. Didn't expect such a passionate and vitriolic rant from Pinkie Pie.
Well, that's what stupid-ass design choices do to a person. Now, while we're at the topic of getting your time wasted, my personal pet peeve is exactly that. Video games that don't respect your time. And right off the bat, anyone who wants to claim that something like that doesn't exist, well, you're just fucking wrong, man. Ubisoft games in general are notorious for that. And I don't even mean the map design or collectibles. My issue is rooted far deeper. All of them modern games have this fucking movement which you can only describe as heavy-handed and weighty. Yeah, I know it's more realistic that way, but it's fucking shit gameplay-wise. Take the new Assassin's Creed, for example. With every new entry, it seems they made the character even slower and heavier, like it takes them up to 5 seconds to get into a full sprint and like a 3-second animation for simply turning around. But what really bothers me about the RPG games is the fact that there is zero flow to the parkour. It was understandable with Eivor, being a fully armored Viking and stuff, but Basim? Why the fuck does Basim have to start running again every time after doing a leap? They marketed Mirage as a back to the roots, then they tried to mask it by speeding up animations, but Basim still moves just as heavily and clumsy as Eivor did. And new AC Shadows is exactly the same. The trailers again tried to hide it by having that ninja girl do a bunch of neat little skips and swings, but I saw how she also had to start running again every time she finished an animation set. You know what's funny? I actually wanted to say something completely different about Assassin's Creed, but it seems this has been boiling up inside me for a while now. Anyway, what I actually meant by Assassin's Creed disrespecting your time was the general speed of animations in Valhalla compared to Odyssey. Like the confirmed death one. In Odyssey, you held the button down and after a quick stab, it was done. But in Valhalla, the process of confirming a single death takes exactly 12 seconds. Trust me, I counted it. I literally go out of my way when I get spotted by a target to run away and hide so I can reset stealth. Even if that actually takes even longer, but at least I won't have to sit there and watch Ava stare at a corpse for a day.
Okay, so it looks like this has become a Ubisoft bashing sketch more than anything. And while we're at the topic of things that don't respect your time, how about we bring this sketch to a finish about now? Or does someone here have something else to contribute?
You know, games nowadays have become totally woke.